is how can I generate diagrams to help me study? For example, I have my S3 notes. Here's all my notes on S3, really, like for my Solutions Architect Associate exam. Maybe I have all these notes that I've taken as I was, as I was studying. Well, then maybe I want a diagram out of it. Maybe I want a visual. So in Kiro, I can actually ask it, what are some great MCP servers? Let me create a new session, actually. Let me stop playing around with this session. Start fresh. What are some great MCP servers I can use to generate help with learning topic? For example, I want So I'm going to ask it this question. What are some great MCP servers I can use to generate diagrams? And there's the Mermaid MCP, renders mermaid diagrams, flowcharts, images. Okay, Mermaid syntax is simple and widely used. Creates hand-drawn style diagrams, nice for informal educational visuals. Oh wow, hand-drawn style visual diagrams, interesting. Cool. I mean, I've only tried this one, and this is the one that I demoed at the conference. So I could try the Mermaid one and recreate that one, but I'm really curious about the Acceladra MCP. Interesting. I'll try that one too in just a little bit. Okay. Flowcharts, mind maps, sequence. Okay, yeah, I'll use Mermaid. That looks a lot better. Okay, let's do Mermaid MCP. So I'll go here to my Kiro panel where it says MCP servers. Click on this button, and I need to know, where my MCP servers end and close. So for this Enki MCP, I'll just toggle it off. For the PDF reader, I'll just toggle it off. And you can see the curly braces where the PDF reader MCP closes. So I'm going to need a comma so I can add the next one. And I'll just copy the Mermaid MCP. And it has one curly brace open. So I'm going to go to the first curly brace that's closed. If it had any other curly braces open, I would have to go, get more closing curly braces, right? So matching up the curly braces. Awesome. Mermaid. Failed. MCP error. Connection closed. Why? Why is that? Okay. So I can actually say right here, if I just open this up a little more, I can ask Kiro, what's the problem? It gave me a package name that doesn't exist. Okay, wonderful. So now it's actually like doing a web search. Before, when I initially asked, it just kind of like made it up, right? That's why it's good that it has the web search MCP, so that it can actually check the web and double check if the format's correct. Update your MCP config to this. Okay, cool. So how many closing curly braces do I need to get to? So here's opening curly brace, opening curly brace. So I'm gonna need two closing ones. 1, 2. Okay, perfect. Yeah, I got it. First time's a charm. Okay, so just close out this one and then paste it. And I'll provide the GitHub, so don't you worry. Awesome. Save. Does it work now? Oh yeah, it's connected now. Awesome. Cool. Let me just restart Kiro. Kiro, quit, and then reopen it. Just because it kind of like helps sometimes for me. Anyways, now let's see if it works. Let's just see this in action. Generate. Studying the S3 notes, S3 notes.md file. Okay, so I want all these notes. Right, let me just right click, open preview. I want this information to be, okay, it looks like it'll do the following. A hierarchy diagram for the S3 security mechanisms, comparison diagram for identity policies versus resource policies, a flow chart for blocking public access settings, a decision tree for choosing the right policy type. Cool, I love that. These are the right types of visuals for these types of concepts. Wonderful. So I'm going to click on just accept auto approve this tool. It's going to use the generate tool from the Mermaid, and it'll know what to generate based on this information. Okay, cool. So I'm just going to just accept that. It's going to generate a couple of diagrams, right? It said yeah, it's going to generate several different diagrams. Cool. So it's generating that, and then as you can see here, ask me to generate multiple times. That's a small little glitch, but I don't need all that there. Just put generate should be enough one time. Okay, cool. Created 6. These diagrams cover the, okay. So how do I view these? Where are they? Where's my diagrams? Fun fact, it's going to be in the file panel here. The diagrams were saved to users Rabdahal. Oh, wow. Actually, never mind. Not fun fact. Which is your current workspace folder? Which is your current workspace folder? Is it? Really? Yeah, because I didn't see those diagrams. Interesting. Okay. Okay, so it's there. It's telling me to go to users Rabdahal Kiro testing. Interesting. Can you find them in that folder? I don't remember a folder called Kiro testing. I don't remember creating that folder. Error searching workspace. Yeah. Yeah, Mermaid tool just saved it to a random place. So I want it to be in my workspace. But where's it putting it to? I mean, I see the diagrams. This is great, you know? This is great. But where is it? Where's my diagrams? Theme, name, code, flowchart, okay. Interesting. Directly in the chat. Okay, they're displayed directly in the chat. You can see all 6 visual learning aids right here. You can scroll up to the chat and view each one. If you want to save locally, you can right click on any image and save image as and download it to your machine. Okay. Awesome. So those are, I guess, PNGs. Yeah, maybe I wanted to generate them in this. Maybe I'll create a new folder. Diagrams. And then I'll just copy the path. And then I'm going to press space after that URL, and then yeah, I'm gonna say, hey, actually you should generate them in this folder. So one thing we learned about the Mermaid MCP is that it'll just generate it wherever by default, and you gotta be careful because you're not gonna be able to find it. It won't really know where to put it unless you tell it where to generate these images. So I have to explicitly tell it. Now we got something. Now we got something cooking. Let's see what we got cooking here. Let's see what the rock is cooking. S3 is private by default. Only root user. Okay, 3 ways to grant access. Bucket policies. Identity policies. ACLs. Avoid that. It's legacy. Okay, cool. Wonderful. I got diagrams out here that I can study as well. So I got flashcards, I got diagrams. Can I put the diagrams in the flashcards? I can do that too, actually, which is pretty cool because in the Enki MCP, there's something with images out here. We just not looking hard enough. And by we, I mean me. And by me, I mean literally like I can't see it right now, huh? Do I see something with images? Mm-hmm. Can you let's see what it can do with this. Now we're just trying out different things, but this is cool. We already kind of got a lot of good stuff happening. I can also create an agent hook for this where I can say, hey, generate, diagrams for me based on the open file. Figure out what's the best type of diagram or visual, whether it's the flow chart, compare, contrast, mind map, whatever it is, based on the concept that you need to explain, right? Now let me store the diagram images as media files in Enki and then create flashcards with them. Okay, let's see what it can do. Allow, okay. File name, okay. So it's calling media actions. And it's going to my diagram folder, and then it's using the PNG. So it's actually calling this tool called media actions from the Enki MCP server. As you can see, that little pop up there. Wonderful. Yeah, I'm just gonna trust that tool. So this is an issue with the Enki MCP, by the way, where it's like asking me for permission every single time. The first time I use a certain tool, but in the next session, it won't run into that issue again. But anyways, cool. So it's just going ahead and doing its thing. Let's see where I can see now. Let me create the flashcards with the diagrams. All images are stored in Enki's media folder. Okay, so it looks like it's putting those images in a folder in the Enki app so that it has access to these images. And I'm gonna go ahead and see if those notes are gonna be added with the, yeah, it's gonna link the images in some places. Okay. Okay, I've added 6 diagram flashcards to your AWS S3 deck. Each card has the diagram. Okay, let's see. Decks, AWS S3 deck, study now, show answer. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, easy, show answer, easy, show answer. It's probably the last couple ones. Let's just click on browse, okay? I'm gonna stop playing. Let's go here. Okay, cool. So towards the end, I wasn't gonna go through all those flashcards. So let's take a look at this one. Okay, cool. And the ones that have diagrams have a tag called diagram. Okay, so let's just say I want to browse, or let's just say I want to do decks. And then for the S3 one, options. And I can only find the decks. I can have it only give me the decks that have diagrams, that have the tag diagram. I feel like I know more about Kiro than I know about how to use this Enki tool. So let's just see. Let me ask Kiro. How do I that have a certain tag. Just basically just asking it how I use this Anki app, which is just my lack of knowledge of how to use this. Custom study, quick, okay. Click on your deck, click custom study, study card by card, state, or tag. Okay, so custom study, study by card, state, or tag. All cards, choose tags, anyone that has a diagram or decision tree, yeah. Awesome, cool. Okay, so I got 15 cards like that. Study, show answer. This one didn't really have a diagram. Let's just keep going until I see something with the diagram. Probably. As a custom study session for the S3. Interesting. Browse. I mean, some of these have diagrams. Back. Okay. Card type, card 1. Interesting. I mean, it shows a diagram here. Anyways, I'm gonna try to figure out how to use Anki a little bit better, but nonetheless, new, interesting. They have these words. New. Okay. So for AWS S3, custom study. Yeah, I'm just gonna do study now. I feel like I should just see it, right? Easy, show answer, more. Okay. Maybe there's a feature to show the image. Ah, there it is. Okay, there's some okay, I just had to go to some flashcards. Some flashcards were generated with no diagrams, right? So, what are all 3 ways to grant access to S3 buckets and their key characteristics? Look at that. It knew what diagram to show based on the question, actually. This was a great question that completely related to one of the diagrams. The 3 ways to grant access. Wonderful. That's great. I love that. Okay, cool. Anyways, I'm going to hop off now. Hopefully that was fun. Oh, but actually, before I hop off, matter of fact, Agent Hook. For the topics in whichever is currently open, in whichever file, whichever file is currently open, and from Agent Hook that uses really, prompt engineering is key here. The way you word your words, crucial. Mermaid MCP to generate. To tell it to ask me where okay. And I also wanted to ask me, where do I want these diagrams and stuff? Because remember last time when I initially generated diagrams, it just like generated it in a folder that did not exist, right? Because some tools just don't account for certain things, like these edge cases, like the Mermaid MCP did not account for where the user wants those images to be saved to. Now let's see what we got. Let's see if we can generate something out of some other file. Like, let's just try a different file completely. Okay. The agent drift research, this research paper. Let's go ahead and generate diagrams for it. And I don't have to type all that stuff. I'll just, let's take a look at this agent hook in action. Generate visual diagrams, boom. With whatever is open. So it's going to do something here. It did nothing. What's the issue? Why not? Why did it not do that? Generate visual flashcards. I mean, is it in the same format? .kiro.hook, generate visual diagrams. When, then, prompt. Yeah, let's take a look here. Saying to, okay. All right, cool. Let's just see what we got. Okay, it does work. It does work. But no specific file is currently active. Yeah, I wanted to do it on this one. Agent drift research. Generate visual diagrams. There we go. Now we have a file that's active. Okay, please provide where you want it. Okay. Yeah, I want it. Diagram slash agent drift. Okay, so in this workspace, this means, in this demo folder, it's going to create a agent drift folder in my diagrams folder. So in my diagrams folder, I should see agent drift, and then it's going to start generating stuff. Let's see what we got in agent drift. It's calling the MCP tool. Let's see what it does. I am so excited, y'all. Okay, let's see what we got. I might have to I might have a refresh here, and then I see nothing. I see nothing. Create 8 study diagrams in diagram/agent drift. That's the wrong folder. Where are these generated? So my answer to like the question where it should have generated it probably could have been better. Full path, demo, diagrams, agent to drift. Really? I don't see it. Let's reveal in Finder, diagram, agent to drift. I don't see it in there. It's not there. Oh, it's users rabdahal. It actually messed up because the demo folder is inside of my desktop. So it should be rabdahal doll/desktop. So it actually, created in the wrong. Yeah. The workspace is at that. Let me regenerate with correct path. Just move it from. Okay, fine. It's already doing it. It's already doing this thing. I was going to tell it, just move it. What you mean? But anyways, let's take a look at this one. Semantic drift. 3 types of drift. Okay. Cool. Nice little visual here. Cool. Good way to study. And I'm going to have a good time studying about drift. Awesome. What about ASI framework? Ooh, look at this one. Okay, cool. Wonderful. Drift timeline impact. I was doing a little timeline visual. Wonderful. I'll just right click, reveal and explore view. Or no, what am I doing? Reveal in Finder. And then, yeah, I can just open it like this too. Cool. Got some nice little diagrams here. Wonderful. There you go. And that's all. That's pretty much how we do that. Cool.